Hello guys, my name is Assad Ali and I'm top rated freelancer at Upwork. So I get a lot of requests from different people that we are not getting enough projects, or we are not getting first project at Upwork at all, and they send me links, their profile links to review. So it's really difficult to review all the profiles. So I decided to like review a couple of profiles randomly from Upwork to give you a little bit of idea that what are the do's and don'ts of profiles. So let's start. So I opened my profile. So what you can do if you want to search the talent is that you can just click on it and click talent, and let me start from the beginning. So once you click on talent, it will change it to search talent. Now you can just press enter. Let's press enter and see the profiles. Right now I'm just going with all the categories. So let's select freelancers, and since most of the profiles I'm getting here are top rated or top rated plus, so right now I just want to review some basic profiles. So here are some of the profiles I've got. Let's just pick randomly. Okay, now I guess we have total 15 profiles. So let's start reviewing them. So first of all, this is the profile from someone from Bangkok, Thailand, and she is a translator. Okay, so let's review the profile. Hourly at $15, and okay. So if I want to hire a translator and I land on our profiles, I will be like, okay, English to Thai translator, English, then English. I worked in an international company, the customer service. Okay, just 3 line cover letter will not convince anyone to hire you. So I'll give this profile 1 out of 10. One for, I guess, building a profile or profile picture. I guess profile picture looks fine. So everything else is just messed up. Okay, let's move to second profile. Okay, Helenia Oliver. Okay, pardon me, I'm not very good with pronunciation of names. Okay, right now she is an interior designer. Okay, $35 per hour is her hourly rate. And what I see here, our portfolio, a simple introduction. Simple is fine. I'm not saying that you need to write like long paragraphs or too much in your cover letter. You just need to introduce yourself, which is fine in simple short paragraph, but it has to be something that if I want to hire you, if a client lands on your profile, it has to be enough that he is convinced, he realized that you have enough information about your own field. You tell him how much you experienced. You tell him about different technologies, different projects you have worked on. That's really important. So what I'm looking at here is not enough. So she has added some portfolios. I am unable to see any pictures with that. Okay, that's not loaded. Portfolio is fine, but profile is not complete. So I'll give it like 3 for 3 by 10, because 3 for these portfolios, and the title looks fine, and Hollywood red is okay, and profile picture is really important because it's what is the first thing a client looks at when he's looking for like proposals. So he looks at the profile picture, and then he looks at your title, what when you are applying for a job, and then he goes for your profile. So that's really important. So I'll give her 3, one for her profile picture, 2 for her profile picture, and 1 for 2 portfolios. Let's move to another profile. So okay, what are you doing? Okay, this is something that is terrible. I mean, you want people to hire you for $50 per hour. That is, so I've rated 0 by 10. Okay, let's move on to next profile. Okay, I must say that since I have picked the profiles that are like no earnings at all, that's why I'm expecting some. That's what I'm trying to show, that what is wrong with these profiles. So looking at this profile, if you look at the profile, this is like you would never add a title like this. I mean, if someone is to hire someone, at least expects that he wants to be hired. If you don't want to be hired, then nobody is going to hire you at all. So okay, you are customer service manager, add something, be more creative. So I'd go for 0 out of 10, because I don't want to read those 2 lines at all. That is nonsense. So let's give it 0 out of 10. Going to next. Okay, she's rising talent. So as per Upwork policy, it was different before, but now if you are you join Upwork and you are there for long enough, even if you don't have any earnings, still you get rising talent badge. So if you don't have one, you will get one eventually, and if you have already, then you should use that, because it's a good thing if you have that in your profile. So let's have a look at her profile. Okay, this is nice profile. So you can see that although she doesn't have any ratings, she doesn't have any flying reviews, 5-star reviews, nothing. Still, if once I open her profile, although this could have been more than that, but still, um, she bothered to add different profiles, which is good. And if you look at the profile, she has employment history, bunch of stuff there, and click more, and this is what a good profile looks like. Now I won't give it 10 out of 10, but this is a good profile. This is the least you can do, that you have put up enough struggle in it, that you are interested in doing some work. So that's really important. So I would give it, for beginners, not an advanced level, but for beginners, I would give it 7 out of 10. 7 because of the cover could have been better, and she could have added some more portfolios, like 4 to 5 would have been better, I must say. Overall, profile is good, so I give a 7 out of 10. Okay, so let's move to next profile. Okay, this is nice. So we have a freelancer from Ukraine here. She has 2 specialized profiles, graphic design and all work. All work is basically general profile if you don't create specific profiles. All right, some personal information here. I don't think it is a good idea to add personal information in your profile. That will get you flagged if you get a job. So I'll take 2 points out of 10 from here, and I studied step computer admin, duration of computer graphic design, graduation from the art school. That's good. That is good that you want to introduce yourself, you want to tell your background, but be more creative about it. Don't just tell this is not a resume that you want to add stuff that you graduated from this year to this year, this year to this year. Nobody is interested in that. The only thing a client is interested that how good you are for the task that you are applying for. Okay, so if you are applying for a like you are to design a logo for someone, a client wants to know how many logos you have designed, how many companies you have worked for before and you design logos for them, and how many logos, how many samples you have, and how good are you with your work, how many different tools you can work on, and how many different formats you are going to provide. Like there are different formats like JPG and stuff. I'm not into logo designing, but that's what a client expects. There are a number of things you could have she could have added there. So that's not enough. Portfolio, I'll give her that she did a good job here adding a portfolios, because that's the least you can do. Although you have, as I said before, you don't have reviews on your profile. So every time you go purchase something from Amazon or uh, any other online store, first thing you do is that what most of the people do is that they look at the reviews and the pictures and how people who bought something have experience for their product. So after reading those reviews, you decide that you want to purchase that product or not. Same is the case here. Although you don't have, if you are new, you don't have those profiles, sorry, don't have those reviews, still you can add portfolios. You can tell your client that these are the jobs, these are the tasks I have done before, I can provide you samples, and these are the things I have done before. You can take a leap and you can hire me. Every, all the top rated or top rated plus started somewhere, although someone did hire them at first day. That's why they have shown some growth. So that's important, that you add as much portfolio as you can, and you add as much attachments when you are new, and when you are applying for a profile, applying for a job. So that's also important. So I'll give her that she added some portfolios, which is great, and skills, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop, which is fine, but she could have added some more. Like, these are not the only tools in the world that are used for designers of packages. Okay, employment history. She's working as a graphic designer as a confectionery, which is okay. All right. For this profile, I'll give her 5 out of 10. 5 for her portfolios, and that's all she has. Like this is not good. Adding personal information is not good. Graphic designer of packages, which is this is actually good. Why it's good? Because if you are a designer, if you write that you are a graphic designing is a pretty huge field in itself. You cannot just tell someone that I'm an engineer, like I'm an engineer, but you have to specifically tell them what you do in that particular field, because that does not explain your skills. So writing specific thing, like you design uh, something for specific industry, you are a designer of packages, that's really important, because someone looking for designers for his or her packaging, he will prefer you or even other experienced designers. So that's really important. I'll give her that. So overall, I will give her profile 5 out of 10. For there are some drawbacks, but overall, I'll give her 50-50. So let's move on to next profile. All right. Okay, this looks fine. No portfolio. Just a very little effort in her cover. Introduction. This is basically the introduction. Why I emphasize on this is because when you are a beginner, you have to add something. You have to add some efforts, and also you have to be really careful with the words you use. BPO industry for 10 years. Why is there a this thing is voting medical telecommunication company in the US and Australia, accounts level for a big beverage company in the US. Okay, that's all right. As I said before, you have worked for big companies, that's fine. But this is not your resume. This is Upwork's profile. You are targeting a specific market. Okay, you're not applying for a job here, not like a conventional job here. This is simple specific task that you are applying to. That client is looking for someone who is good at that specific task. If you have worked for big projects, that's fine, but if you have worked for that specific field, like someone is designer of packages that we discussed in previous profile, that is really important. You have to have that specific skill that client is looking for. Overall, she has added some employment history, which is good. Other experiences are there, that is nice. No portfolio. Profile picture is fine, and we have specialized profile with nothing in it. So I would say that I'll give her 4 out of 10. 4 because I don't like the cover of introduction of this profile, and there are no portfolios there, and rest of this is all right. Past history, and she will take her time, but eventually she will be hired. I hope so, but she need to work on her profile and proposals as well. If she is applying and she does the same thing, adding few lines and not attachment, then that is not going to help her get some um, jobs. All right, so let's move to next profile. This is for her. Okay, this data management expert. So same thing, not much in there. That well, I have noticed that most of the people deal this part of it, like the part on objectives in your resume. This is not the objectives. This is more like I would say cover letter, where you tell your client what you're good at. You don't tell your client what you want to do, how motivated you are. Client doesn't care, to be honest. Client cares what you will do for what are your skills, what is your skill set, and what have you done before. So this is very little. And portfolio, one portfolio which is downloading bulk of images. Okay, whole lot of skills: Adobe Illustrator, CSS, Grid, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Flex, JSON, Selenium, Adobe. I'm not sure what is the target market here, because Adobe Illustrator, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript looks like front end, and Selenium looks like an automation tool. Excel is a data science and stuff. Okay, okay, this is important. If you want to target a market, remember that you have to have specific set of skills. Never, if some, that is a lot of stuff. You can add like 20 skills, and I mean, if I'm to hire someone and he has like 20 skills, different skills, and there's another person who has one specific skill that I'm looking for, I'm definitely going for that one person, that person that has one specific skill, instead of going for like the other person. So it's really important that you stick to specific field, and it's really important if you want to get hired on Upwork. So remember that. Okay, let's move to employment history, which is there. Other experiences: photography. Okay, educational career. He has some educational career as well. One data extraction profile. Okay, 20 hours. All right, it's overall except this part of introductory part of the end profile. So I'll give him, sorry, 5 out of 10 for not adding portfolios more than one. Very little introduction, and look at all, too many skills. Most of them are not related to other one. So I'll say that uh, okay, let's move on to next profile. Okay, from Egypt we have front end web developer. All right, so this is nice. I like that. I mean, although if you don't want to write long paragraphs which that are not really most of the time they are not really helpful, but they give a good reflection of your profile. But it's better if you just mention your skills, because mentioning your skills will tell your client what he's looking for. I mean, if someone is looking for front-end developer, there are like dozens of different um, technologies that are used in front end. And if a client is looking for someone from bootstrap background or HTML and JavaScript background, and he then your profile will stand out, and you will get his attention. That's really important. So this is a good thing. If you don't want to write long and lengthy covers for your profile, you just mention your skills. That's helpful. That's a good. I would give him that. We have portfolio here. That is nice. We have over like 4 items in portfolio. Now we have project catalog. He has put some effort in here. This is nice. He has some certification. Sometimes people there's something you need to know, that you don't need to complete you don't need certifications to complete 100% of your profile. You can add other experiences and work history to complete that. But if you have, that's a good thing to add. Yeah, he has certification. That's good. Professional advanced web development. This is nice. And okay, where experiences, doesn't he hasn't added any past experiences and other experiences. That would have been good, but that's fine. I'll give him 8 out of 10 for the effort of adding portfolios, and project catalog looks nice on his profile, and certifications. I'll take 2 for not very good profile picture. What you need to do is just go to a photographer and take a mugshot, add it in your profile. If you want to earn some money from something, you need to invest in it. If you don't invest in it, you are not going to earn anything from it. So just go to a photographer, ask him, take a mugshot. If you have a good camera, you can do that yourself. Anyways, overall looks fine. So I give him 8 out of 10. Let's move on to next profile. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is something I'm not sure what is the objective here, or probably don't want to work on Upwork. They are just there and they want to like try their luck. But this is something is not going to get you any job, because you have a title, you have cover letter, and that's it. What you are trying to tell, if I'm a client, potential client, I could hire you for $30 per hour if I want to. But why would I do that? This is such a useless effort at your part, and that means that you don't want to be hired. So this is something I would say that maybe for employment history, and I'll give a 2 out of 10, I guess. Okay, let's move to next profile. Now we have this Thomas from Uruguay. This looks nice. We have portfolios, and this is actually pretty good. We have like a cover letter here, and one specialized profile. And this blue tick is represents your verification. None of the other ones had this one, I suppose. Okay, none of the other ones had. So this shows that your payment method is verified. When you add a bank account, and you verify your identity through, I mean, there are 3 steps, I guess: ID verification and visual verification, I guess. So after that, you get that identity verified with, which is really important. So yeah, he has nice picture, blue tick. Okay, we have the cover letter here, 9 portfolios, and that is rightly populated. We have the skills, I'm sure they are relevant. And view employment history, like if there was some certification or project catalog, there would have been some, that would have been plus for him. But overall, this profile looks really good to me, because if you are not hired so far, that is like you don't want to put too much effort, because that is, you're not sure if you are going to hire or not. So most of the time people don't put too much effort because they are not sure about it. So I'll say that this guy has put some efforts, so I'll give him 9 out of 10, because one, for not adding project catalog and other experiences, that would have been nice. But overall, he's going to be hired anytime soon, so best of luck to him. Let's move to next profile. Samuel. Okay, just all right. He has some employment history, other experiences, which is fine. Again, few lines of cover letter with no portfolios. Few skills. I recommend adding as few skills as you can. Specific skills and very few skills. It's really important that you must know that you are targeting specific client, specific um, market, and that's the way to do it. So what I'm looking at right now is I think we have a profile picture which is good. Otherwise, IT expert. What is IT? I'm from IT, and the IT is like giant right now. It's not 50s that IT is some couple of things, but if you are working as IT in IT has like a gazillion of number of subcategories. So you need to be more specific. As I said before, you need to be more specific in your title. I'm sure he has mentioned, explained in his 4 lines, but you need to be specific in your title as well. This is really important. This is what search engine looks at when it's looking for skills and experts. So not happy with that, so I'll give it like 4 out of 10. Like few points for other experiences and employment history, not adding portfolio, not enough description, and such a lazy title. So that is, I guess, 4 out of 10. So let's move to next profile. I think I'm repeating that. So that's all for today. So I hope you have learned something. If you want me to review more profiles, Upwork profiles, and uh, do's and don'ts about Upwork profiles, just share your profile in comment section, and next video I'll include your profile. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.